Hi, my name is Alex Iguchi, and today I'd like to talk to you about swinging with effortless power. If you've ever watched a golf professional hit some golf balls, if you've been to a tournament live or seen it on TV, doesn't it surprise you how easy they make it look, yet the ball still goes a very long distance? Well, today's equipment is a lot better than it used to be. The ball especially has improved so much that some courses have even become too short. They're struggling to find room to lengthen them. The drivers, they're so adjustable these days. You can find a proper launch angle and spin rate, and if not, you just twist it here and twist it there, and then suddenly you've got a better driver and gain 15 yards. All that is great. Also, the professionals today are really athletes. They do spend a lot of time in the gym, and they are very, very strong. But what about the mechanics of the swing? How does that work? It still looks very effortless. Well, that's because of timing, and that's because of sequence. Now, the easiest way I could explain it to you is if we look at a pendulum, and if you want to follow me, feel free. You hold the club like this and swing it back and forth, and you'll notice the club swings back consistently on the same path with a similar speed. It's very simple. Now, if you nudge it at the right time, you might be able to accelerate it and get some speed and get it to swirl around. Well, that is if you time it properly. Now, why don't you grip it real firm, as hard as you can, and now try and make a swing. Notice how much control you've lost. The club is all over the place, right? It's moving. Also, if you try to accelerate, it in fact, you're not able to make it go all the way around, I don't think, unless you're double jointed or triple jointed. But notice, it's not faster. It's actually slower, because the tension in the grip, in your pressure, in your hand, acts like a brake. So that's why it's always better to grip the club with a lighter pressure. So, what does that look like in the golf swing? Well, your hands and arms act like the pendulum, and your body, if you time it right, can nudge your arms and make your arms accelerate through the impact zone. So, what is the biggest problem then with the amateurs? Upper body dominant, passive legs. One of the worst pieces of advice that exists, or it's a myth, other than keeping your head down and your left arm straight. One of the worst things that you could possibly do is keep your left foot planted. So much talk these days about the golf pros keeping the left foot planted to increase the torque and create more club head speed. Well, perhaps if you're young, athletic, flexible, strong, maybe you might benefit from that way or that method. However, if you're an average golfer and you don't have much time to play and you don't visit the gym every single day, then I don't recommend that technique for you at all. Instead, follow me again if you wish. You put your hands on your hips and you just turn to the right and to the left. What's important is that you pivot. You pivot right, you pivot left. No hip sway, no weight shift. Just pivot to the right, pivot to the left. Okay? Find a comfortable speed to do this at where you don't lose your balance. You've got to keep your balance. Once you've got this, you then need to understand what it means to relax your arms. Hold your arms out to the side, let them drop. Just let them fall down. Weightless arms. You don't want to make it happen. Let them drop. Go to the backswing. You let your arms drop. Just use gravity. It's a force. Use centrifugal force. it can accelerate your arms through the impact zone. So, I'm going to demonstrate a shot to you. I have a 7-iron. We have a driving range here. My comfortable speed to turn my body is like this. I'm not going to change anything. So add the arms, add the club, and you see I've got a fairly smooth swing. Alright, must be a little tropical breeze here, making the ball go left, but 149 yards with a nice, easy swing. Alright, the best way to practice this is to start at 50% of your power. Full swing, just turn to the right, turn to the left, let your arms just drop. Okay, focus on activating the legs and making your upper body and arms more passive. Let them react. So what does the opposite look like? Well, something like that, where your upper body is too dominant. Now, why would you do that? Because you feel more in your hands. And if you feel your hands go through real hard, your brain says, whoa, if I connect, then this ball is gone. Well, it went far, but it's in the ocean. And that's only because I had luck, I made contact. It's so easy to hit the ground first or the top of the ball. There's just no control, as you felt when you added pressure. There's no control. Your upper body, hands and arms and shoulders need to be relaxed, need to be soft. The power is going to come from the big muscles, which are your hips and legs. They are much stronger than your arms. So, you start practicing at 50% of your power. And after about 10 shots, you'll notice some of them are going further, and it feels pretty good. Well, then you increase your speed. Okay, it's slightly faster. You might be at 75% of your power. It's at this time that your best shots should start to happen. Now, the worst you can do is to now say to yourself, hang on a second, I'm swinging so easy. The ball's going the same distance as it used to. What would happen if I swing hard? That's when you'll lose your sequence. Now, timing is sequence. Let me explain to you what I mean with timing. In the backswing, if we use a slow motion camera, we could say that you would start to swing with your hands, arms, shoulders, hips, knees, and feet. Then the downswing has to start in the opposite way. Feet, knees, hips, shoulders, arms, hands, club. As long as you follow that sequence or that timing, you're going to be a good golfer, because that's one of the things all the good golfers do. If you start the downswing with a different sequence, shoulders, arms, clubs, hips, knees, feet, you're going to have problems with your direction. You might swing out in. You might have a closed face, open face. You'll hit the ground first. If your sequence is off, you've got lots of problems happening. So basically inconsistent shots. If you get your sequence right, you're going to hit nice shots. Another exercise to feel this. Put your feet together. Turn your club around so you can hear the swoosh of the club. Take it back. Step into the shot first. Then swing your arms through. It should look something like this. It's kind of like a baseball player. You want to step into the shot first and then feel the arms come through. Worst thing you could do is arms first and then try and get your weight over. That's not how it works. It's not like this. There's no power in that. Okay, in other sports it's the same. Boxer wants to punch, he's not punching and then adding the weight. No, it's a weight first and then a punch. So, same with the golf. You build your energy by rotating and shifting your weight. So you rotate to the right and left. Your arms are nice and relaxed. And you go smoothly up and down. Now it sounds very, very simple, but in fact it is that simple. If you use this technique correctly, you do not have to worry just yet about your grip, about your posture. You could be holding it with a weak grip, with a strong grip. You could be slightly rounded. You could stand up tall. You could stand athletic. If you swing smooth, you will make good contact or better contact with the ball. So once you swing smooth, you might start to notice, hey, my ball goes left or right. Okay, you may want to check your grip or your alignment or some technical other things in your swing. But as far as swinging with effortless power goes, don't worry about it. Your body just simply turns to the right, turns to the left, your arms just go up and down. That's it. That's the easiest way. The first person who ever told me this, and actually the only person who ever spoke about this, is John Jacobs. Now he's one of the teaching gurus. He's taught everyone, all the great players, all the great teachers. A man from Britain, a wonderful player, Ryder Cup player as well. Fantastic person. I was so excited to go to a seminar, hear him speak, and then he stood on stage and said, "Oh, all you've got to do is turn to the right, turn to the left, get your arms up and down." I'm like, that's it? It can't be that simple. Well, it is. If you want to just play golf for fun and enjoy it as a hobby, it's this simple. But even the pros that I've worked with, I've gone through this drill with them, and they too benefit. Immediately, this contact with the ball improves. Of course, there are other things to work on, but this is definitely one of the most important things you can do to improve quickly. Simply turn to the right, turn to the left, and swing your arms up and down. One more time. Got a 7-iron here. Let's see how far we can hit this with minimal effort. It says 167 yards. Okay, not bad for a club pro. The tour pros might even get more out of it, but I think that's right about average on tour. And how hard did it look like I hit? Not too hard. It's using the mechanics. Okay, use the technique to your advantage. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to contact me. Feel free to book a lesson. I'd be happy to explain it to you and see if this is something that could also benefit you. Good luck.